2 chair exercises to work with the spine to help relieve and lengthen the spine, strengthen. This is especially helpful because we do a lot of chair sitting in our society, and so having some tools to help us know how to sit and ways to sit that help relieve the back. These 2 exercises are from Esther Gohkales out of her book 8 Steps to a Pain-Free Back, and she really has done a lot of research and development on posture, good posture. And so these 2 exercises are from out of her book. You'll need a chair, any sturdy household chair. This is my dining room chair, or if you have a nice folding chair that's sturdy, and you'll want a blanket. If you don't have a yoga blanket, using a throw, and fold it, and then you're just gonna place it on the back of your chair. The first exercise is stretch sitting. Stretch sitting. So stand in front of your chair and let the back of your knees just brush the seat. Let your feet be hip-width distance apart and have the toes a little angled in so your feet are kind of like kidney bean shapes towards each other, but hip-width distance apart. All right, stretch sitting. What you're going to begin to do is fold gently at the hips with a long spine and sit down in your chair with your bum well back on the seat. Feet are rooted down, hip-width distance. Sit back with your seat back towards the back of the chair, and let your hands come to the top of your thighs and just a gentle lean forward. In fact, bring your elbows to your thighs. You can root down through the elbows and lengthen your spine by leaning forward, elbows anchoring down through the top of the thighs. Breathe here. And as you sit, draw the core body up and in, so belly button and ribs towards the spine. So a little bit of engaging the core body muscles by drawing up and in as you root down through the elbows. And notice when you breathe in, you can from there lengthen the spine from the sit bones all the way up through the crown of the head. Soften the shoulders. Let the hands relax, wrists relax. A few breaths. Lengthening through the spine. Good. Then on your next inhale, lift the upper body. And you're going to take your hands either to your seat or the back of the chair, or if you have arms, you can anchor your hands through the arms. So somewhere on the chair, ankle the hands back near the hips. You're going to press down, lifting the spine up by rooting down through the hands, and the shoulders can lift up and you can tuck the chin slightly. So we're really think about lengthening up through the spine, a gentle rounding through the spine. It's okay if the shoulders round forward and lift the shoulders up, chin towards the chest. And then you want to anchor your mid-back back to the back of your chair. Release the arms from here and let your hands come to your thighs. Lift the chin so the chin is parallel to the floor. Imagine reaching up through the back side of the neck. You could even take your left arm or right arm and reach the base of the skull up and back into the fingertips. So the chin is parallel to the floor, reaching up through the crown of the head. Good. Then let's inhale the right ear up, the right shoulder up to the right ear. Exhale and roll that shoulder back and down. Inhale the left shoulder up to the left ear. Exhale, roll that shoulder back and down. And then it's just several breaths. This is called stretch sitting. We've lengthened through the spine as we sat down, hinging at the hips, making sure the seat is well back to the back of the chair, feet hip-width distance and rooted down. And then we work to really lengthen through the spine by bearing down through hands and arms. And then sit your mid-back, attach it to the back of the seat. Lengthen up through the neck and roll the shoulders back and down. we've lengthened the spine in this stretch sitting in a really nice and gentle way. And you should, hopefully you begin to feel just equal weight down through the sit bones. Stretch sitting. And you just breathe several breaths. If at all you feel like you're losing your way in the pose, you can just lift the body off the back of the chair, the upper body, lean forward again, elbows rooting down through the thighs, lengthen through the spine, draw the core body up and in. This helps you lengthen the spine, right? Lift the upper body, hands grip the chair, press down as you stretch through the spine, chin to the chest, and then anchor your back against the chair. Hands to the thighs. Lift the head so the chin is parallel. A couple of gentle shoulder rolls. Rooting down through the feet. Stretch sitting. It feels really lovely. Okay, that's stretch sitting. And you can just breathe and be in that nice comfortable pose and readjust yourself as needed a couple times a day in a nice sturdy chair. Okay, the next one is stack sitting. So we'll just gently stand up. We're gonna take our blanket and you're gonna roll it or fold it. Fold it because you're gonna sit your hips up on this stacked blanket. So it goes in your chair. I have to stack, my blanket looks really high because we're gonna be angling the pelvis, you'll see, but my blanket is squishy, so my weight is gonna squish it down. If you have a nice sturdy yoga blanket, you might not need to stack it as high, but you fold your blanket, place it to the back of your chair. This will be stack sitting. So come back to standing in front, feet hip width distance apart. Let the back of your knees just brush the back of the chair. From here, standing, let's do a couple of shoulder rolls. Inhale, the right shoulder up to the ear, and exhale, roll the shoulder back and down. Inhale, left shoulder up, exhale. Another time. Good. We'll begin sitting down by hinging at the hips. Hands to the thighs or chair. And you want to take the chair and make sure you sit your hips on the wedged blanket. Sit the hips on the wedged blanket. Bring your hands to your thighs. Stretch the spine long. And what we've done by placing the hips up on the wedge is we're giving the pelvis a bit of an anterior tilt. And then we'll begin to inhale and sit up tall. Feet hip width distance, it's okay to adjust the feet. So here, it's important to draw some core body strength in. Belly button towards the spine, stacking the spine up. We don't want to feel hyperextended, but we are tilting the pelvis forward, so there'll be a little more of this, but then as you engage the core body and rooting through the feet, stretch the spine up tall, right? We have the pelvis in a nice slight anterior forward but neutral place. So we're using some core body as well as allowing the low back to have its natural curve as we stack the spine. And then it's the same principles basically. You want to stay here and breathe. You know, when you first begin practicing stack sitting, you might feel comfortable just for about 10 breaths. Then maybe you come back, right? Lean forward, arms through the top of the thighs. The seat is a little lifted. Then you can begin the process again, inhaling, bring the spine upright. Gentle, draw the core body in, soft shoulders as you breathe. You can always lengthen up through the back of the neck, crown of the head reaching up. Inhaling, shoulders up and rolling them back and down softly. So 10 breaths, maybe where you start, then you release and come out. In time, you could work up to half a minute, 1 minute, 2 minutes. And sitting these two ways in the chair is really a lot of subtle body work within the spine and core body muscles and the back muscles. And this is nice because when you sit in a chair or on your couch doing work or whatever, we tend to slump in ways and, the spine gets out of whack. And so being conscious and practicing these couple of chair sitting exercises can be most beneficial. Namaste.